top 12. So now on to number 13, which is for me Malik Neighbors. Got Malik Neighbors coming in at the 13 spot, just outside the top 12. He was originally in my top 12 back a month ago, but he has some injury concerns. He had that cleanup knee procedure, but the latest blurbs on him have been more positive because back then they were thinking he might be out till like week 6, but now they're thinking if things go well, he could be out there for week 1. So I still think he might start off slow. First 4 to 6 weeks, he might not quite be himself. So just if you drop Malik Neighbors, just hold tight because I think once he gets ready or once he gets fully acclimated to the new system, he's gonna be a WR1. So he could easily finish top 12. It's just coming off the injury. He'll probably start off a little slow, so I've got him just outside the
It might
top
be a
12.
team that doesn't score a lot too, as far as like passing touchdowns. Because like if you have a John Harbaugh there, along with Matt Nagy, they're going to want to run a ton, right?
Yeah,
I think, but I think the yards will be there because you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
and the receptions. He'll get targeted like crazy. No more Wandale. So he'll be the alpha for sure.
Yeah, I like that. Let's go. Put some respect on Nabbers, B.
Exactly, bro. I saw some of these lists had him down like an 18. I was like, nah, bro, y'all got to put respect on his name.
No, and I was saying this every time we reported like negative blurbs on him. I was just like, "Yo, go trade for him in Dynasty right now." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, take advantage of all these bad blurbs.
Like the Olave blood clot thing. It's like
fucking take advantage of that shit.
Buy him now before he gets cleared, and then everyone's like, "Oh, he's back."
I got him.
Yeah, exactly. Get him before. Because he'll
get him when the other manager thinks like you're a sucker. You know what I mean? They're like,
exactly.
You want Olave? Ha ha!
I'd rather the guy that's dealing with something in June than the guy that gets hurt in September.
That's a fact.
So Neighbors at 13. We got a bounce back candidate here at 14. Or Kitteh's Jets. Garrett Wilson got G-Dub. At 14, I think
he was going yay before he got hurt last year.
That's what I'm saying.
He sure the hell was.
Yay every year of his career. I might be underselling.
Hey, that motherfucker was part of the West Side Championship run until he got hurt. I held on to him for a minute. But yeah, he helped me get there at the beginning of the season.
Prior to last year, he was over 1,000 yards 3 years in a row. Jets should be a little better this year. Geno be a veteran presence at quarterback to where he should be able to, at minimum, if he stays out there, I think he's pretty much a lock for 1,000 yards and 90 receptions. I mean, Garrett Wilson is a production machine. He's quarterback proof. He's worked with all kind of different quarterbacks, all kind of different offenses, but always gets his numbers. Last year, just the injuries derailed his season, but prior to that, he was balling. So I don't see any reason why he's going to fall off. I think if anything, he's going to bounce back and might even have a career season. So I would take advantage of his ADP being down. I feel like right now he's a really good value in that 3rd round range.
That's awesome value, especially if you bang out a couple running backs early, right?
Exactly.
And I would not feel bad about starting off my receiver room with a Garrett Wilson. You know what I love even better? Garrett Wilson's my 3rd when I'm just banging out receivers back to back to back.
Yeah, you can do like a freaking JSN London G-Dub stack. That'd be crazy. That would go crazy. Or even if London's on, you could probably get like if you want to swing for the fences, take like a Rashee Rice in the 2nd. Because I think Rashee Rice kind of go back to last week. I think Rashee Rice, I know he's risky, but man, if he can stay out there, he's almost a lock to finish top 12 considering how much of the target market share he gets.
I agree with you there. I agree with you there.
Yeah, he broke it down.
He's like a higher end extreme version of Wandale. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And it's that offense. Mahomes should be ready for week 1. Sorry, Lee Kermit's going to be out there. And we know Kermit
Mahomes he's finna be. I can see them getting the ball out way quick. He's not going to be a lot of mobility early on with his legs. So Rashid's going to be a real safety valve.
And the run game going to be a whole lot better as well.
Yeah.
And what Kermit says, I may run into someone's knee again.
You better get your shit off real fast, bro. 100% because September right around the corner.
Yeah.
You better get it off.
Shame on everyone.
You better get it off, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Oh, everything.
Yeah. Look at Patrick Mahomes died last year in the regular season, and I feel like not everybody. I feel like the AFC motherfuckers has been living in the shadows. They didn't take advantage. They didn't take advantage enough.
Yeah, they really didn't. They really didn't.
And it was a year where Lamar and Joe Burrow was hurt. So here's Josh Allen, like you know what I mean? Everyone was crowning him. And then Drake May.
Denver was right there. If it wasn't for Bo Nix,
fuck the donkey.
That is true.
Denver did take advantage. I'll give them that.
Shout out to Tino, yo. We got the team leader in the building.
Team leader Tito.
Hello.
Tino.
Blue team go.
Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, he's a cowboy.
No, it was Derek, it wasn't cocaine. It was some tape saying "fuck you."
All right,
fuck you.
Devontae Smith. They got the Slim Reaper coming in at 15. Devontae Smith, the rubber band man there. I think he's going to take a step forward this year. No more A.J. Brown. I know Jalen Hurts kind of on the hot seat over there, and Devontae's the guy he's going to have to lead on. I mean, Mekhi Lemon's only a rookie. The Wicks and Hollywood Brown are both, neither one are really high volume options, to where Devontae Smith is just one of those guys that isn't flashy. I don't think he's quite a top 12 option, but with no more A.J. Brown, I think he'll be a solid safe WR2. Yep. Uptick in targets for sure. Yeah. I mean, the year he had his sophomore season, he got 136 targets, and what he did with that, 95 for 1196, damn near 1,200 yards and 7 touchdowns. I see him having a season similar to that here this year.
Yeah, the 2023, that's the Shane Steichen season, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was solid that year, but not quite as good.
So hopefully Sean Mannion can unlock, bro. We see Jalen good on the deep routes for sure. The knock on him is, will he be able to go over the middle of the field and make these short completions, these intermediate completions over the fucking middle?
Is that Lemon? Is that where Lemon's gonna live?
I mean, I would hope so. Right. I would also hope to see Devontae make them plays as well too, because we just don't want him to be intermediate to deep routes, because that's that. I mean, even though that's where Hurts is better at, but we also want to be able to see him be the number one option, get the first read targets. That's where that come in at. But now if Jalen Hurts can't hit the over the middles and all that bullshit, so is he gonna start dunking and dinking and whoever's running the shorter A dot, just like motherfucking they OG tight end? That motherfucker had 11 TDs last year. 100%. It's like, who's gonna be the motherfucker that's the shorts or intermediate, because that's gonna be the benefactor 100%.
Yeah. And I'm curious to see if they're gonna involve like checking down like crazy to the running back to Saquon.
Well, that's what Lee said on last Friday's show on my mama. He said they're supposed to be using Barkley in the passing game a lot more.
Yeah, because that probably answers our question here about the shorter A dot like safety valves too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like I said, the boy, go dirt. He had between either 9 or 11 TDs last year, bro. I want to say he had double-digit TDs last year.
11. Saquon hit for 2 touchdowns all-purpose his rookie year. Like, he got hands. They just, for some reason, ever since he's been with the Eagles, they just don't really use him in that fashion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the good thing is that there'll be enough for all those guys to eat, because, Philly is pretty concentrated target market share, to where, even if Saquon and Goddard see more looks, with no more A.J. Brown, that's well over 100 vacated targets. So
I agree with you. The only thing is that Saquon is taking 25 touches per game, whether it's 22 touches or 18 touches and maybe 7 receptions or some shit like that, or 7 targets. Jalen Hurts, the less he throws, the better is he quarterback. So if Saquon is giving you 25 touches per game. You want Jalen Hurts to be at about 25 attempts per game, 100%.
Yeah.
And with them investing in, they invested in Lemon, Dontavian Wicks, and that fucking tight end, and Hollywood Brown, bro. They brought in 4 motherfucking receivers. Bro, they trying to see what works best as well. So it's going to be a low concentrated target share over there, 100%.
What about, has he ever eclipsed over 550, like pass attempts, like more than once?
Who Hurts?
Yeah, like I feel like he's at least won 550 at least once.
Like he went 538 in 23, and then that's his career high.
Okay, so wow, he hasn't even eclipsed 530 in pass attempts. So this is we need the efficiency here.
100%, and that's not his special.
Going to go anywhere.
Yeah, well, for sure. Well, yeah, like I said, these rankings are fluid, so as time goes on, might have to knock Devontae a few notches down because y'all bring up some valid points about it not, being not as much of a concentrated target market share as some are thinking. So let's move on to someone here at 16 who, as of now, it appears he's going to see a big share of the targets over there in Baltimore, and that's Zay Flowers. I got Zay Flowers coming in at 16, and he's someone that isn't always the most flashy, but for PPR, bro, and volume purposes, he gets it. He freaking gets it. He had over 1,200 yards last year. It was a quiet 1,200.
That motherfucker was WR7, I think, last year, big bro.
He got it in, bro.
He was WR7 last year, bro.
I didn't know that shit.
He won people chippers for real. Average his yards per game over 71.2 yards per game. So that means on average he was getting you over 7 points just in yards. And in the 86 receptions is nothing to sneeze at. Touchdowns only at 5. That's been
that's where he lack at because he's not a red zone threat. We seen him drop the ball in the playoffs in the end zone. He ain't no red zone threat, but he showed beat your ass.
Never again.
Oh, my mama, when you got Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson back there with a running threat, he's gonna produce. Them is facts. I agree with you. I'm glad you got him in your as a high end WR2. What you said you got him at 14? 16. Oh yeah, I ain't mad at that. Buddy finished as WR7 last, 14.1 yards per reception, dog. 100%. I said just off the yardage.
Last year?
We'll swap him and Devontae. We'll move Zay up to 50. Yeah, Zay, bro, I think is getting slept on for real.
I like that talk. That's a good swap.
Talk that talk, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, because, we know he's going to get – and if they bring in Diggs, I still think Zay is the top target.
They drafted 2 wide receivers this year. They lost Isaiah Likely this year, or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? So they searching for some help for him. And those wide receivers that they brought in, even with Devontae Walker still being like, bro, that's no threat to him because he don't play what they play. 100%.
Yep, that is fact. Yep. So got Zay there, Zay and Devontae 50 and 60, and then we got King Tet coming in at 17. Tet McMillan, bro. He was rookie of the year last year and should continue to build upon that in his second year. Him and Bryce Young had a nice connection, and Carolina balled out in that fucking playoff game last year. In that game against the Rams where they gave the Rams a scare. I think that showed that Tet's here to stay. Like, Tet is not going anywhere. He is a guy that is going to be a force for years to come. Obviously, a great dynasty asset. For redraft purposes, though, I think he's a rock-solid WR2. Maybe not quite a WR1 just yet, but I think by next year he'll be in that WR1 conversation. But for this season, I think he's a very solid WR2 and feels like a pretty safe pick there in that 3rd, 4th round range.
Yeah, I definitely ain't mad at that. Only thing is that the 4 TDs that he scored, he got 2 TDs in each game. So hopefully he can be able to put up some higher number in TDs on everything because the volume don't be there for him.
He had 7. He had 7 for the season.
He had 7 for the season.
Yeah, okay. Over 1,000, so not too bad, If at his size though, 8 to 10 would be nice. If he could get 8 to 10 and over 1,000, he'd be pushing WR1 range.
Them facts.
So yeah, he's right there. I might be
I was off
underselling
by
him a
3
little
TDs
bit.
on my mama. I know it.
It's all
Yep,
good,
good
bro.
shit.
Yep, 70 receptions. That's the thing for PPR. That's why I'm leaning Zay and Devontae slightly more than Ted, is because of the receptions game. I feel like those two have a little better upside as far as receptions, but yardage and touchdowns wise, Ted might outdo those guys, in which case he could easily finish above them.
And what you say? You said you was worried about Zay and who else over Ted?
I had Zay and Devontae over Ted at 15 and 16. I had Ted here at 17.
What I would do is I would flop. I would switch. I would move up Ted to 15 and then bump down Zay back to Zay to 16, and then 17 I'd put Devontae. I like the shit out of Tetarosa this year.
Mm-hmm. I could see that happening. You know, like I said, these rankings
Tetarosa, if he gets the amount of touchdowns for real,
if he gets the touchdowns,
he could be a back in WR1 easy.
Exactly. Yeah, because he's got the touchdown upside. His size, was he 6'5", 212? Yeah.
And this is third. This is Bryce's third year in Canales system.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Canales is a rising.
They re-signed Coker, which is another help, and they drafted Brazel in the third, I think, or in the second round.
Is that the tight end?
So they are trying to give him weapons 100%. So hopefully, Brett can take that next
no
step.
offense to Chuba or Jonathan Brooks, but it looks like they might not have a run game that's as stable as they would want. So I could see them throwing a fuck ton at Tetarosa. You know what I mean?
Facts. And at 18, we got another sophomore receiver, Emeka Egbuka, coming in here at 18. I know he had kind of a rough second half last year, but I think Egbuka is here to stay as far as being a strong WR2 for this season. I think he's the guy over there. I know Chris Godwin will be back in the fold, but Godwin looked rough last year. Like, I just don't know if Godwin's going to be what he used to be. So I'm all in with Egbuka as the primary target there in Tampa. Got him here at 18. You know, could finish higher than that, but just doesn't have quite the resume just yet to be justified in the top 12 or anything like that. But I think mid-range WR2 is a very realistic outcome for Egbuka, man. I think this dude, he showed what he could do early on. And I think he had a little injury scare mid-year, and it probably slowed him down a bit. But if healthy, I think he's for sure a WR2 for this season.
I agree with you. The youth movement is on the writings on the wall for the youth movement in Tampa. You know, with Jalen McMillan coming back, because he came back last year, but he had a fucked up net. 100. And then with them taking Ted Hurst as well, he's a developmental player, but they took him in the third. 100%. Godwin finna be up out of there maybe after this year. So in Buka's role, even with Godwin and fucking Mike Evans there, Godwin came back a little later on. No, he did play at the beginning of the season, then got hurt. Bro, it's no ball for Mbuka. He is the WR1 over there.
Yeah, he's the first rounder. You know what I mean? First rounder from the actual draft. You know, he's going into year 2. He played phenomenally, then played hurt the rest of the way.
Right.
And that's what we saw the taper of.
Exactly.
So it was really, we just saw, and their offensive line was super beat up as well. Baker was all fucked up
down the stretch. Yeah, they were.
They were all beat up, and that's probably one of the only teams outside of even when you talk about the Chiefs or the Commandos. They were literally just riddled with injuries. You know what I mean?
Facts. So I think he'll do like he did in the first half of last year, and if he can do that, then he might exceed this ranking. Exactly. Yeah, he's at 18. He could finish 12. So. A lot of these WRTs are right. He could be a tier jumper for sure.
Yeah.
So coming in at 19, we got T. Higgins. T. Higgins last year was a touchdown machine. Didn't do quite as well yardage wise as he normally does, but I think a lot of that had to do with Joe Burrow being out. If Burrow can return to full health this year, then T. Higgins should get back to close to 1,000 yards. And even without Burrow last year, he had 11 touchdowns back-to-back years. of double-digit touchdowns. You know, his PPR upside's a little capped because he's just not the Chase getting such a high percentage of the targets there. I mean, T. Higgins only caught 59 passes, but he always does a lot with his receptions, and he's very efficient in the red zone. He's a big body, 6'4". You know, if he's healthy, I mean, he's getting 8 to 10 touchdowns. That's fact. So, yeah, I think T. Higgins is. I know he's had some injuries throughout the year, but he's usually always out there for most of the season. He's been beat up a lot, but he's played at least 12 games every year of his career, and he'll be entering year 7. He got his bag. I mean, he's here to stay next to Jamar, to where I think with the Bengals airing it out like they do, T is still a fantasy WR2, so I got him here at 19.
I love this take too because, like, honestly, like if you ask me, because I'm a super Mighty Joe Young truther, man, when they're all healthy, they have the potential to having 2 guys finish in the top 12, even. You know what I mean? Like, you know, especially if their defense still doesn't show up. But you know, it's really just health with T. Higgins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really just health.
Yeah, exactly. If he could stay out there all 17, yeah, he could exceed that ranking.
And Tino said Devontae Adams, he said Devontae about to eat. Rams the best team, and they going to air it out like the Cowboys.
Yeah, we're getting to him real soon. We'll get to him real soon. At 20, though, all right, Ears, you listening, Ears? I don't know if Ears is here.
He got all those ears.
He's about to miss out then because we got his guy at number 20. The Scottish lad.
Yes,
Bounce back candidate after a really disappointing sophomore season. I think the laddie will be back to being fantasy relevant this year. Last year, he just kind of fell off the face of the earth. But
it was Keenan Allen.
Yeah, Keenan Allen fucked it up, but I kind of think Keenan Allen is going to go elsewhere because, I mean, they drafted that kid, and then they have
Keenan Allen is currently not on the roster, too, so that's
exactly. So,
you know what I mean?
And I think the biggest reason why I feel good about Ladd bouncing back is because of the new OC, Mike McDaniel. That system is going to produce 1,000-yard receiver, and Laddie showed he could do it as a rookie, over 1,100 yards. So I see him getting back to that this season.
Mike McDaniels, we're not too many years removed from him having Tyreek and Waddle finish in the top 12. You know what I mean? With a Tua throwing the ball. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So I think the Laddie's in a really good position. Yeah, Justin Herbert's throwing the ball. I mean, that's an upgrade over Tua in my humble opinion.
Big facts. And better offensive line when healthy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's really exciting times to be a Charger fan, especially for anyone that has these pieces in fantasy. Like, this is a massive upgrade with Mike McDaniels there for all these guys.
Right, I got Hampton. Got Hampton as RB10 overall. We talked about him during the running back rankings, and it'll be interesting to see how the rest of that skill group pans out. They got a lot of tight ends over there with Gaston and Njoku, and then you got QJ and Harris, and them all battling it out for targets behind Laddie. But I just think Laddie is the clear-cut top option, to where I think he's gonna eat. Like, he's gonna eat this year. Like, and he's gonna come at a discount because of how disappointing he was last year.
The Laddie.
Because he was going very high last year. He was like a second, third round pick last year. But this year he'll probably be more like a late third, early fourth, and that's good value.
Excuse me.
Oh, good.
Sorry about that.
So we got Devontae. I know Tito was saying about Devontae. Got him coming in at 21. Devontae Adams. Can't forget about the OG. You know, he isn't quite on the level he used to be, but touchdowns-wise, he's as good as they get. I believe he led the league in receiving touchdowns last year, despite missing
14 of them.
Games. 14 of them, even though he missed 3 games. So he didn't go.
I mean, I'm taking him higher damn near than everybody you got on there, except for I forgot who 13, 14 was. I'm taking Devontae over a lot of them dudes, bro. 100%. Like Tino said, he on one of the best teams in the league. That motherfucker, a lot of them touchdowns that we just talked about, 14 of them joints, bro, they throwing them the ball at the 2-yard line. In the that's not going to die down because they're going to put up 30 points per game. Kyron Williams fumbling motherfucking machine. Puka not a red zone threat like that, even though they can score him up. And all them fucking tight ends that they got, Devontae better than all them in the red zone, bro. 100%. Give me Devontae over all them dudes.
They literally brought Devontae over there because McVay was probably like, hey, Matt, you think we could do that back shoulder fade shit from the 1 and 2 yard line like Roger said? Bro. Yeah, let's bring over Adams then.
He got feet work. He's just not a super duper physical specimen. His game is predicated off feet work and fucking hands, dog. And Rogue ain't gonna lose. He's not losing a step, bro. He's still getting busy.
Hey, look, he kills people with his footwork off that line,
Footwork, bro. 100% right off the line. You're not touching him.
Yeah.
And he was getting used deep last year. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Bro,
like Devontae Adams.
He ain't dying off, bro. I'm taking him a lot of them receivers we just talked about.
Yeah. All right. He's on Devontae or T. Higgins. Who we take?
Devontae.
I'll take Devontae over Zay too, honestly. Just
easy facts. Easy.
Yeah, like
I'm mad at Zay though. I ain't mad at Zay, but like I'm lucky. I'm going after Devontae as my WR2 this year, bro. 100%.
Okay, all right, here's one for y'all. Devontae or Garrett Wilson?
Devontae. 100%, bro. I'm taking Devontae, bro. Give me them tutties, bro. I ain't expecting him to do 14 again this year, but he could up his motherfucking receptions this year. 100%.
He might hit for dub for all we know. Like, you know what I mean? He might hit on. He missed 3 games last year.
Whole world, bro.
Like, he was doubling up in some of those games. That's
whole world, bro. And you got Puka on the other side too. Even though they play a lot of 13, bro. Oh my mama, he's still getting busy, bro. It gets him. It makes it a whole lot easier for him to get busy as well.
Matt Stafford was probably like, "Listen, look." If they go and got Devontae, Matt Stafford was the MVP. Who Devontae was a part of the back-to-back MVP before they moved on.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like Devontae is a massive piece there. You know, I'm gonna hate it when they get to the point in the year and then they go ahead and add Tyreek Hill just for the fuck of it. Watch this; they're fucking crazy, dude. I hate the Rams.
You call them the Hollywood Rams?
The Hollywood Rams, all-star power.
All-star power, facts.
Come on,
whole world, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
So 22. We got Jalen Waddle.
They're too good.
Ears is back. Okay. Yeah, Ears. We had Laddie McConkey crack the top 20, bud.
There you go.
Okay, I can hear Lee, but now I can't hear Spencer.
Oh shit!
I'll be back.
Yeah, fuck them, Tino. You ain't never lied, big bro.
Y'all got me.
This beef right there.
All right, so yeah, Jalen Waddle at 22. I think he's gonna bounce back this year. First year in Denver. Yep. Bo Nix, Sean Payton's system. I think that's going to be a recipe for success. I think he's a WR2 this year. I think I know Sutton's there, but they paid Waddle, man. Waddle's a guy they're going to feature. They gave up a lot to bring him in, and he's a little younger and in the prime of his career. So I think if healthy, Waddle for sure finish top 24, maybe even higher in that system.
Okay.
Bo Nix led the NFL in pass attempts last year.
Look, I want to say this. I've been chasing Frankenstein status when it comes to Sean Payton, and whether it's a Pat Bryant or whether it's anyone or Troy Franklin, anyone that I felt like that he's going to be favoring in the slot in the Sean Payton, and they went and traded for the guy. You know what I mean? Like last year, Mike McDaniels without Tyreek, he started moving Waddle on the outside more. And Waddle, his the 23 finish, I think was WR8 or something like that in the PPR.
He was balling.
And I think that's what Sean Payton saw. He was like, "Listen, I need that guy. Where I could have a guy who can move the chains. He's like Jarvis Landry 2.0 for real.
Come on now.
Yeah, he can do it all. He can stretch the field and move the chains on short to intermediate.
And then not even that though, it's gonna be to run after the catch because like how Bogey said, if we get this motherfucker in the slot, in which we know he one of the fastest motherfuckers out there. The way that Sean Payton be able to scheme a motherfucking Mike Thomas, who was a slant boy running shit out the slant, but ain't got no motherfucking speedy 4-7 wide receiver, 100% like his uncle Keyshawn Johnson. But yet they had hands, 100%. So yeah, Waddle, I love the Waddle take, big bro, on my mama. I love Waddle to be my second or my third. If I can get Waddle as my third wide receiver, bro, I'm winning. 100%.
I think you have him ranked here. It's kind of built in with his injury history. I feel like because if he stays healthy, this guy could hella jump to the tiers. Like
I feel like that 1400 for sure. And he can get back to that 1,400 yard season that he had. What was that in 2023? Or 2024 when Tua was whenever because Tua led the league. I think Tua threw for 5,000 and him and Tyreek both had over 1,200 yards. Tyreek had like 17.
He threw for like 4,500, 4,600 that year. But yeah, he definitely
45 on my mama. There we go.
Yeah, because it was just those two guys though.
Straight 1,000-yard seasons, and then in the last 2 years he was under 1,000. But his first 3 years, bro, he was balling. The last couple of years, he missed quite a lot of time. Level, but yeah, he missed time. So
2024 he played 15 games because the video that I just did, I got about to drop that bitch here. Shameless plug. He played 15 games when John Newton was there, so it wasn't like he just missed a few. You know what I mean? 100%. A-Chain was balling. Tyreek was balling. Waddle didn't have too good of a season. But yet he was still there for 15 games while John Newton was balling.
We saw the emergence of John Newton and A-Chan too. You know what I mean? In year 2.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think a change of scenery will be good for Waddle. It's just that Sutton's still there, Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant, good, Easy Ingram, good bit of competition for targets, but I think he'll get enough to be WR.
And if it's one thing that we could point out, where I like where your ranking is too, just like even in the world where he stays healthy the whole year, this is a safe ranking right here because Sean Payton will move that ball around. Like everyone, they target the fuck out of everybody there. You know what I mean? Like
Bo Nix led the league in pass attempts last year.
Yeah, but even
would you rather have Pickens and Lamb or Devontae and Nuke?
Ooh, that's tough.
Pickens and Lamb somehow.
Yeah, I think Pickens and Lamb, but it's close.
And then he said Waddle or Flowers.
I'm gonna lean Flowers.
I like Waddle, honestly. Well, the reason why I like Waddle is because I'd rather get the value on Waddle. Like I feel like I'm gonna pay less for Waddle.
Barton Flowers gets hurt, and we don't predict injuries.
Flowers,
his production is there, bro. Oh my mama, he won a Lamar. And just the way that they play their offense, the way they stuck the defense up, bro. He beating everybody over the top, bro. 100%. Flowers got a higher chance of finishing back in the WR position, WR1 territory than what Waddle. We got to see if Waddle can jump all the way up and be the number 1 wide receiver. And they still got, like how you said, Bogey, they got Sutton, they got your boy Troy Franklin. You said Pat Bryant. They got RJ Harvey who can catch the ball and go take it everywhere. So we got to see where he fit in at. Give me Flowers over Waddle.
Okay, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I
got to start putting more respect on Zay Flowers' numbers, bro, because it's undeniable at this point.
Yeah, same. I feel you, Bogey. It's like
it's just the role that he plays, and he plays his role well in the offense. You know what I mean?
Role. Yeah, especially Mark.
And he's going into year 3, huh? Is this year 3 or 4?
Yeah, Mark Andrews.
I don't know.
Having a more year 4 for Zay. Mark Andrews having a reduced role has helped Zay.
Yeah, Mark Andrews is going. Cool.
Yeah, he's still there, but he's still there. It's just a reduced role. Likely's gone.
He's there for half the year, Mark Andrews.
So, and it's even when he is there. I mean, it's a reduced role. He's not.
Because of his diabetes.
A lot of injuries. A lot of health problems. Yeah.
Tino said, "Thanks guys for the support. I would take Devontae and Nuke. LOL." And then Derek said, "Give me Pickens and Lamb." Hey, shout out to my Cowboy brothers, man. 100%. GP, are you with? Hey, Derek, here we go. Hit the drop. Are you with that? Hey, let's go.
With me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we got a breakout candidate coming in at 23, and that's Luther Burden.
Let's go! Let's go, Spence!
I didn't know where to rank
He made the
him.
top 24, big bro.
I got him in there. I had to put respect on his name, bro.
Let's go.
Doing
Let's
some
go.
mock drafts and shit. I was like, man, Luther Burden. But then I started doing research and I was
Bro,
like,
that motherfucker is on my must draft list for 2026.
He really emerged
100%.
last year for real. He passed up Rome Odunze as the top receiver over there. And I think that's here to stay because Luther Burden has all the talent you could ask for. He went later than he should have. He should have been a first-round pick. I mean, this kid has potential to be an elite receiver. And so I think he is just scratching the surface of what he can do. So I got him getting that top 24 finish. Caleb Williams, I think, will be among the lead. I don't think he'll lead the league in pass attempts because they run it a good bit there with Ben Johnson, but they do air it out too. So they're going to air it out enough to where I think Luther Burden's a really good breakout candidate. So I got him at 23, and he could easily be one of those tier jumpers, as Bogey likes to say.
Facts, bro. Like you said, even though Manungai and DeAndre Swift, they run a 50-50 run balance over there, right? But I'm finna pull the numbers up. This motherfucker, Luther Burden, his shit was so efficient with Caleb Williams, and his A-dot was so short, bro. It's like he's the one, like, and then his first, hold on, let me pull that shit up. His first read targets, dog. Hold on, Burden. Oh, my mama, bro. Here we go right here. This dude, man, this shit was so efficient last year, dog. And he didn't start to take off until later in the season as well. I would go over his game log. 60 targets, 47 receptions, 652 yards, bro, on 47 receptions, dog. 334 yards after the catch, a.k.a. Duce yards. 100% design targets, 15, one per game. We got to get him the ball. First read targets, 2.3 per game. We got to get him the ball, dog. Hey, Spence, bro. Hey, he finna be a tier jumper this year, 100%. I'm glad you got him where he at. I hope we could delete the stream right now because we don't want to bullshit ADP. Oh, my mama. I'm trying to
his ADP
on my must draft list this year.
It's already up there. That's the thing. When I was doing those mocks, I was like, man, his ADP is already up there.
Bro, I've been standing on that since last year, though, bro. Like, 100%, bro. I've been saying this shit for a minute,
I've been the Romo Dunze guy. And, like, it's hard to
I was a Dunze guy, too, but after doing the research, I was like,
I'm trying to tell you, Spence. I agree.
Yep. So coming in at 24, we got another OG, Mike Evans. I got Evans here going Niners, a change of scenery. We talked about Waddle, the change of scenery guy. I think Evans, a change of scenery, could do wonders for him as well. He had his first 9,000-yard season last year, but I think he'll bounce back assuming he's
missed
healthy.
A lot of time, too.
Yeah, he missed a lot of time at the hamstring stuff. He is getting up in age.
He wants 1,000. He wants to add another 1,000-yard season to his resume so he can match Jerry Rice. Wow, he's a Niner. Let's go.
Exactly. So he's got a legacy. He's following in the legacy. I mean, all the great receivers there. I mean, with Jerry Rice, T.O. I mean, the list goes on and on. And he's a future Hall of Famer, Mike Evans. So you know he's going to be motivated to put up some strong years with the Niners. I mean, he could have 2-3 more 1,000-yard seasons left in the tank. So I think he's a back-end WR2 with upside for more. I mean, if he catches 10 to 15 touchdowns, I mean, he could easily exceed this ranking here.
I agree with you. And also to double down on that is that we're going to get back to being a power run game. 100%, bro. It was at 3.6 yards or 3.7 yards per carry. Fucking horrible. 100%. This is why you bring Mike Evans in. This is why you draft Kaylon Black in the 3rd round. This is why you give Trent Williams his motherfucking money. This is why you go into the season with the cohesiveness, except for one offensive line position that's up for grabs, which is the left guard. Other than that, you got the same offensive line and motherfuckers was banged up. It's time to get this run game going because if they can get over the 4 yards per carry, bro, you're scheming Mike Evans up off the play action, bro, tearing their ass up. And you got Christian McCaffrey, who's coming out. We seen what he did in the motherfucking receiving game last year. And then you got Kaylon Black, who they say he's looking nasty in camp. 100%. We get back to that dominating run game that we had in 2022, lost in the NFC Championship, 2023 Super Bowl year. The last 2 years of football, they've been terrible, bro. We got to run the ball. That way it helps Brock Purdy be able to drop back, scan the field, dimes, 100%. Sucking the defense up, bro. I keep saying this shit about my team, bro. Oh, man, we got to go back to dominating the run game. Facts.
Yep, and then Mike Evans, bro. I mean, he'll play his part. I mean, he'll play his part, especially with Kitteh being a little banged up to start the year. He's gonna get peppered with targets. Jawan Jennings no longer there. IU more than likely out the door. To where, I mean, what's the target competition? I mean, you still got Ricky Pearsall, DeMarcus Robbins. Is DeMarcus Robbins still over there?
Yeah, he's still here. The only thing with the Niners is like you really don't have to have a lot of targets to eat.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Speaking of Brandon Ayuk, Brandon Ayuk did 1,400 yards on 75 catches. That's like 17 yards per catch. That's what Mike Evans do. Bro, if you can establish the run to 4.5 yards per game and you got McCaffrey, bro, I don't give a fuck what corner is out there, bro. Mike Evans is still dominating 100%. It's not like these Tampa Bay shit where you just don't got a dominant running game and Baker throwing for the last 3 years 30 times a game. Bro, we don't do that 100%. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Mike Evans is going to be able to tier jump as well, like where you got him at the 24, bro. He can easily not sneak into the top 15, bro.
Facts, yeah. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like I was saying, the identity of the Kyle Shanahan offense is that power run game. At its core, the identity is just that. So, and they've got some young backs over there, and then he also brought in Christian Kirk. But I mean, it's like at this point, Christian Kirk is very much just a complimentary option to where it's like
Mike drafted Striblin. You get Jordan Watkins back healthy this year. You get Jacob Cowan. Because like before the 2025 draft, they've been attacking the wide receiver position for the last 2 drafts. They took Ricky Pearsall and Jordan Cowan in the same draft, and then the following year they took Jordan Watkins, and then the following year they took Striblin. Bro, they've been attacking the wide receiver position for the last 3 drafts. You feel me? 100%. But now you get Mike Evans, bro. You've never had that type of wide receiver since Randy Moss, bro. So now you only get maybe 1 or 2 years. But just imagine these young bulls learning behind a future Hall of Fame wide receiver and what that can do for them as well, bro.
Yep. Things are looking up for the gang, man. So,
come on now.
Coming in at 25, we got a bounce back candidate, Scary Terry McLaurin, the laddie, coming in at 25. I think he'll bounce back this year with a healthy JD5. He was a bust last year, and then he had another issue with Terry last year, I think, was the holdout. He held out a while trying to get a new deal, and I think that lack of an offseason caused him to potentially get hurt because he missed a lot of time last year. Only played 10 games.
That's all he played was 10 games last year?
As they come. 5 straight, looking at right here on a PFR. But last year was a big drop-off. But let's not forget that in 2024, they made the NFC title game. JD5 led McLaurin to a career-high 13 touchdowns. Prior to that, his career high had been 7 tugs. So if JD5 can get back to form, I think Scary Terry could easily get back to maybe not quite 13, but he'll easily get back to a wow, probably around 80 receptions and a decent amount of touchdowns. So I think he's a very good bounce back candidate. He's going to end up a steal, I think, in a lot of these redrafts.
Yeah, no more Debo too. So there's quite a few vacant targets.
The alpha.
Right, and like
targets. Yeah, even if they bring in an Ayuk or a Diggs,
they're rumored to bring in Stephon Diggs too.
I like that.
I mean, they need
I like
another
that too
weapon
because Stephon Diggs he's been shown that he could be a slot threat as well. So I think McLaurin's role is safe no matter what. He's paid, one, and then two, he already has the rapport with Jay. Like, that was just another one of those teams. Them, the Chiefs, and who was the other team? They're just riddled by injury. That's really just the story of their 25 season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Giants. The
Giants was one of them.
Touchdowns with JD Five's rookie year.
Yeah.
McLaurin had like 12 or 14 TDs with JD Five's rookie year on everything.
Yeah. I think it was 13, right? You said
something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 13 tugs. 13 tugs.
There you go.
Yep, facts. Yeah, it was
shit 13, going crazy. Yeah,
yeah, he could easily. See, that's what's so crazy. I feel like every name I bring up here in this year, everyone, he could be a tier jumper.
See, and that's
all these WR2s.
That's what we want to identify, because say like if we want to go tight end or running back in that second round, we can still sneak and get our WR2 in the third and fourth round. You feel me? That's why we want to be able to pinpoint some of these wide receivers that might fall down to a WR 24, 23 in people's rankings. But bro, them is motherfuckers that's going in the third and fourth round. 100%. So if you getting your WR2 in the third or fourth round, maybe even in the fifth, bro, you also got your tight end and maybe your your running back too. 100%. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
Facts. Coming in at 26 here. Oh, go ahead, Bug.
No, I was just gonna say too, especially like we're in super flexes, like people might be going early QB too, and then like
that's true. Those super flexes, yeah.
Hey, you got a lot of homies that's always going QB early and super flex.
Come on,
them is facts. You seen it at the West Side draft last year.
It's a game of chicken.
Yeah.
I play chicken when it comes to QBs and shit.
Yeah.
But I know I'll get to a certain point where I'm like,
but if you wait too long, it can be rough. Yeah, you end up with like fucking Malik Willis and Geno. It's like, oh fuck, what happened?
You definitely got to set a parameter for yourself, right?
Right. You don't want to wait too long.
Yeah, like
you don't be stuck.
I usually have a cutoff. I have a cutoff point.
Rookie and it has been.
Like last year, my cutoff point was Sam Darnold, and like I feel like Sam Darnold, Cam Ward, guys like that, they're going to be in this cutoff again this year. You know what I mean? I mean, Malik Willis is like, if I have a Malik Willis on my team this year, I swear to God, he's my fourth QB. You know what I mean? Like at that point, I'm just getting greedy. You know what I mean? Because
then you're making life harder on the guy that decided to wait. That's another.
Yes. And
holding them hostage for trade.
A lot of times, if I have 4 QBs, they're probably all in those later ranges, like all 4 of them, or like 3 out of the 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could do like a Bryce Young, Cam Ward, Malik Willis, Shadur type thing.
Boom. I would love that, because I would feel like the rest of my team is hella gangster, though. You know what I mean?
The rest of your team, then like Pooks, like Jay Love, what's the Breeze? Like you probably loaded it running back, and then you get guys like freaking like Neighbors, Zay, Ted. Like you probably got loaded with receivers. Might have yourself an elite tight end too, like a McBride or Bowers. It's like, if you can stand the weight on the QBs and Superflex, you'll have a crazy good skill group, because half the league's going QB early.
Yeah, and then they kind of eliminate themselves from going like QBs at one point too. You know what I mean? If they went in early, then you know what I mean? There's not too much.
Yeah, then they're scrambling. That's like, oh fuck, I guess I gotta get like a David Montgomery as my RB1, or if they wait too long on running back, because I've played that game before. And the one year,
that's usually the game I play.
Yeah, shout out to the SBI. I did the year I won. I think it was my first year in it, and I won with Josh Jacobs. I waited to get Josh Jacobs as my RB1 in that joint, like the 7th round, and he ended up having a top 5 finish, and that was a big reason why I won that joint.
I remember that shit. I think you made like a massive trade too. that like ended up working.
Oh yeah,
out.
with Kev. Shout out to Kev. Yeah, everyone was saying I lost it, but I ended up winning that shit.
Yeah.
Come on now.
See how this shit worked out.
That's what I learned. Let them run their fucking mouth. Let them run their mouth because I got the last laugh at the end of the day.
I think you might have sent him. Was it Cooper Cup?
Oh yeah, I got Jettis. I gave up a lot, but I mean, I
think it was like Cooper
Jettis.
Cup.
This is Jettis we're talking about here. I think Kelsey, I know, is part of it.
Was it Kelsey and Cup? No, he already had Cup.
I don't think it was Cup. I think it was Waddle. I think it was Kelsey.
There you go.
Waddle.
It was Waddle. You're damn right.
Jettis and Kyle Pitts, didn't really pan out, but Jettis was so
went
good
crazy
to where it ended up about an even deal. It was about
and you won the chip.
And I won the chip, so it's like, yeah, that was that year with the COVID though. I don't know, DeMar Hamlin. That was the DeMar Hamlin year. So it was
21 year.
Yeah, that was crazy. But anyway, back to the range here. 26, we got Jameson Williams.
My guy.
Here at 26, man. I mean, he had a hell of a season last year. He is very solid. I mean, for PPR, his upside's a little capped because he's not a
he's very solid. Yeah. Continue. I had your back.
Oh, that's all good.
Can I ask a question here?
All right,
does
go ahead.
Laporta hurt JMO this year?
No, Laporta's got his own role. Laporta, they can all eat.
I think
Goff throws it enough to where there's enough for all of them.
Spence, I think he means because of the new OC coming over from Arizona, where hyper.
Yeah, it kind of was. Yeah,
a McBride. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. You got. These are the two guys that are paid.
I don't think
J-Mo
so. Yeah, I don't think so.
J-Mo's paid. He's gonna get his.
100%. Yeah, and I think the reason Arizona, McBride is one, he's an elite talent. And also, with Marv not really panning out as well as they were hoping, I think they didn't really have much of a choice but to hyper target McBride.
True.
To where what's the Drew Pet things and you go see there. Okay. Yeah, and Dan Campbell, I know Dan Campbell's not the play caller, but he has a big say in that offense, and he's gonna be getting on him about getting Jameson Williams involved. And I think that was something
that was one of their emphasis last year.
That was an issue that they had at times, was not getting him involved enough.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna make. He's paid. Past 2 years over 1,000 both years. Around 60 receptions both years, 7 touchdowns both years. He's very consistent.
So what it is that ain't consistency. Last year was 102 targets and 65 receptions. That's highly inconsistent. He's a 50-50 ball. He's 17.2 yards per catch on 65 motherfucking catches, but only at 1,100 yards. But when he catch that motherfucker and when they connect, he is getting busy. Even though he was the WR12 last year, that shit hit 100%, but it got to get a little bit more efficient. It got to be efficient and more for it to be able to stick around consistently for him to maintain that production. And where Spence got him at, you getting him for a bargain for sure.
That's the thing. He
was the WR12 last year.
I got him at WR26, which is
you got him at the right spot. But I love Lee's question. But I love Lee's question just based on Laporta too, though, and based on what Gibbs being the main factor now, 100%. Where is that gonna fit in at though with Jamo? Oh my man. But
here's one thing I do want to point out, because you just nailed it right there, JD. You said he has a 17.2 yard A dot, and no,
that was yards per catch.
Oh, yards per catch, right? Okay, so his yards per catch average, right? But here's another thing too: is if he is a down the field threat. Golf, that's where Goff's game is the weakest. When he goes, when he starts stretching the field, that's where his completion rating isn't the greatest. You know what I mean? So and Jamo, they try to find ways to get the ball in his hands, but man, you nailed it. We got Laporta coming back this year. He was missing almost the entirety of the year last year. Jamo managed to.
I still remember that motherfucker taking that reverse on us in the NFC Championship.
Yeah. Exactly. They want to get
that motherfucker still running against us right now, big bro. Oh my mama.
He still would have been running.
Yeah.
Hey, but look at we went to the chipper. What?
Once they get that boy the ball in his hands, he is nasty. You know, I mean, I'm just looking at it now. I didn't know that motherfucker was a WR12 last year.
That's what I'm saying. And to clarify, I mean, I'll admit he's not consistent on a per game basis, but season stats wise, I mean, it's his season stats back to back years have been very, very.
When he booms, he booms.
In line. Exactly.
He booms.
The Boomer-Day.
It might be a roller coaster, but at the end of the day, he's gonna get his number. So it makes him a very solid flex.
Let me catch up in the chat, man. Derek said, man, I went to the shit with Malik Willis last year. No, West Side, but I did have Jordan Love too. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
then we got the clock management fella in the building, and he said,
shout out to Clock, man.
Shout out
good looking Tino. And we got the Johnny Mitten fella in the building. What's up, Johnny?
John Mitts, everybody.
Let's get it. The gang is in the building.
Yeah. I miss doing the shows with Clock, man. Clock, man, we would hold it down. I did those divisional breakdowns, man, back in the day.
Mock draft Mondays, too.
Yeah, mock draft Mondays. Yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to Clock, bro. He's a real one of the OGs.
Come on, dog. We keep the good. We keep the conglomerate, and it's bigger than content. Even if we ain't doing content, we still rocking with everybody that rock with us, man.
Oh yeah, real ones know.
It's bigger than the content.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Yeah, man. So yeah, we got Christian Watson here at WR27. I think he'll be a nice breakout candidate for this season. He just got paid. For one, and two, they featuring him now, man. I mean, he's their WR1 on paper with the boy no longer over there, Wicks, and they lost and another Dobbs. Boy. Dobbs, yeah, I was like Dobbs. That's the one I was trying to think of. Romeo, yeah, no more Romeo over there. So that's a good bit of vacated target. Right? Yeah, ended up in New England, but yeah, I think Christian Watson is set the ball out this year. I mean, they believe in him. The organization showed that they believe in him, and Green Bay is a smart organization. They tend to, when they pay someone, that player tends to produce, and so I know Watson's career numbers aren't that amazing or anything. I mean, if anything, they've been a letdown, but
he's coming into his own
year. Exactly. I think year 5 this is the year he puts it all together, and he could end up being one of those tier jumpers. If anything, I might swap him and J-Mo because it's like, I mean, Watson's the go-to over there in Green Bay. We don't have to worry about a lack of targets for him.
Yeah, and we saw, listen, I know the jury's still out on Matthew Golden, but this is why they don't draft receivers in the first round, because they don't know what they're doing, apparently. But when it comes to someone like a Christian Watson, who they drafted in the second round just a few years ago, and they traded up to do so, they had big plans for him. If you remember, his very first play of his career was it was week 1 of his rookie year. Aaron Rodgers absolutely bombs it to him, 60-yarder, no one in front of him. It hits his hands, he drops it, and then it took him like 4 or 5 weeks to fucking get his confidence back. But Aaron Rodgers, he put it right on him. And you know how it was too when you fuck around with Aaron Rodgers, like, bro, you just dropped the house call.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Rodgers is probably fuck, man. I don't trust him. He's in the doghouse for a month after that.
Yeah, and then now you got him more than a calendar year removed from that ACL. You know what I'm saying? I really like Christian Watson a lot this year because I also don't think their defense, until they get Parsons back, they might be in some shootouts early too. Like Christian Watson, and especially with Tucker Kraft, they say he was going to be ready for week 1. What if he's not? You know what I mean? Like Christian Watson could be a real focal point here. I mean, obviously they love Josh Jacobs, but it's not like they pepper him in the passing game. And who else the fuck is there? Jaden Reed.
Jaden Reed. I mean,
Matthew
Golden. Matthew Golden. He didn't really show a whole lot. Yeah, I mean, who else they got? I mean, they brought in. They don't really have a Bo Melton still there, and Savion.
Oh my God, Bogard Melton.
Yeah, Bogard Melton. Yeah,
that motherfucker playing DB last year, I think.
Come on, dual threat.
Oh my mama.
Shout out to my son.
There's a lot of targets up for grabs there. So yeah, Christian Watson, he could easily be a tier jumper. So
come on now.
Got him. Actually, just moved him up to 26. Swapped him in Jammo.
Come on, there it is. Look at him. He's moving up.
Yep, we gotta be flexible with these ranks here, man. You know, when we get this good
shit,
game,
bro.
we gotta, be humble about it. You know, I'll admit I don't know it all, so that's why we do this, man. We gotta get the.
You're bigger than me. I swear.
And see, that's the cool thing, though. Like, though, right, Spence? I say it here and I say it all the motherfucking time, bro. When I first got into fantasy football, I was searching out content. Now that I make content and I make content with great motherfuckers, bro, I don't need no other motherfucking fantasy. I got my bros to bounce these ideas off with. And once we all, you know what I mean, bro, we know what we doing.
Yeah, I literally watch no one else's content. But
man, fuck them, bro. 100%. It ain't no disrespect. You know what I mean? My dog is a lyricist, right? He get influenced by certain shit, but bro don't listen to certain shit as well because motherfucker don't want to sound like a motherfucker. We all don't want to have the same takes. That's why motherfucker don't pay attention to that bullshit. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, no, that's all good. You know, it's easy to talk ish, but the tough part is backing it up, and I feel like that's what we thrive at, is backing it up. We
100%.
with numbers,
we hold ourselves accountable.
Facts, hold ourselves accountable. You know, there's no bullshit over here. I mean, we keep it real, man. 100%.
We win chippers over here.
Champion. Come on now.
Yeah,
there go Kitteh right there, talking about putting belts up on the motherfucking wall.
Come on, bro. Exactly. Kitteh gets chippers every year since I've known him.
Come on now.
He got 100%. titles on titles on titles.
Yes, indeed. Coming in at 28, we got Cornell Tate, the Rook. We got the Rook here in this top 30 here. I think this rookie, man, he's the real deal. He got that Ohio State pedigree. And with Brian Daboll going over to Tennessee, that offense should be much better than last year. You know, Cam Ward had a rough rookie season, but he showed some promise down the stretch. And I think Cornell Tate can be the guy there. I know Wandale. They brought in Wandale. He got paid. He's going to have a role. Calvin Ridley, they brought him back, even though he's not very reliable. So I think with that being said, Cornell Tate
gambling.
Exactly. Cornell Tate is gonna be the one to have here for fantasy. I mean, every year these Ohio State guys come through. It seems Garrett Wilson, Olave, and Buka. Marv's kind of the exception. Marv hadn't really panned out, but he's still young, so you never know. But I think Cornell Tate, though, he has that ideal skill set that you want to produce right out the chute as a rookie. A JSN, forgot to mention JSN as those Ohio State guys. So,
and Buka last year.
Right, yeah, I mentioned Books, yeah.
Oh, you did.
And to double down on the Cornell Tate, bro, Malik Neighbors' first season, bro, 170 targets. Wandale, that's with Brian Daboll, that happened to coach Malik that rookie year, bro. Wandale was like 130, 140. They both placed in the top 12 of targets in 2024. 100%, bro. So with Cornell, and then with Cornell Tate, his bread and butter, bro, if you go look at his last year numbers, he was like at 17 yards per catch. 100%. That's why they brought in Wandale before the draft came. And now with Wandale, he got the short A dot. Now you got Cornell Tate who can take the top off. 100%, bro. They just got to get better at pass protection because I work with Lee all day, every day. And how Herbert was sacked last year, the Hurricanes quarterback, he was at the top of the list. Yeah. Oh my mama, he was getting fucked up last
and you know what's
getting better in the pass protection.
Look at Caleb the year prior as a rookie. He was getting fucked up too.
Like 60 of them joints.
Yeah, and you know, I kind of like this.
And Chicago went out and fixed that.
Oh, hold on. I kind of like this because now at least Ward knows, like, all right, bro, I ain't finna get beat up like that again. You know what I mean? And like you got a whole new regime. They're gonna lean on the run too. So you know what I mean? And how good is their defense gonna be? Because if their defense is just like it was last year, they're gonna be in a lot of shootouts. So it's like we love those receiving options. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
Yeah.
Talk that shit, bro. Here goes a comment for you, Lee.
Garbage time kings.
Hey, Marco, I didn't say anything. I saw that and chuckled. That's why I was laughing.
Oh, you've seen it already. Okay.
That's why I had to grin and laughing. I was like, okay.
And then Bake said, I like Christian Watson too, but his reoccurring hamstring is troubling. Hope he stays healthy, but I feel like Jaden Reed will be overlooked by the defense with Kraft and Watson getting the number one looks. Or the number one option, excuse me.
Here's my thing about Reed is like, he's just super unpredictable on how they're going to use him. And they go 12 personnel a fuck ton. And then when they do that, he's not on the field. You know what I mean? Like, you know, because you only got 2 receivers there in that formation. And he tends to never be that guy on there. He's like a 3 wide receiver set guy, or they got him in the backfield, or they're doing some tricky shit with him. You know what I mean? That's my only gripe against Jaden Reed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his usage is a little wonky, but maybe this year he'll get more. Maybe he'll be in the second guy.
They paid him.
Matthew Golden, I mean, he didn't show much as a rookie, so I mean, you would think Jaden Reed would get those reps over Golden.
And Jaden Reed and Watson just got paid in the last 2 years. Jaden Reed got paid the year before last, and Watson just got paid this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I thought they just paid Jaden Reed this year.
Oh, well, it might have been this year. I know he just got some chalupa. He got like a $40 million deal or some shit like that.
They paid like a few weeks.
Like 3 years, $40 million.
They paid like not long after free agency.
And then Derek said CJ Stroud, Cam Ward, Caleb Williams, and Joe Burrow with these offensive lines last year.
They were all.
Well, Caleb's offensive line was pretty good. I think the Bears' offensive line was not too bad, but those other
I think he only had like 20 sacks last year.
They were terrible.
They gave him a 3-year extension pause.
Who was that? Jaden Reed?
Yeah, he got $50.25 million.
I thought it was 40 something.
He got 50, and then 20 guaranteed.
Yeah, T. Higgins.
Yeah, and Caleb only took 24 sacks last year. I knew it was in the 20s.
Good shit, Caleb.
Yeah,
that's that PTSD, bud. You feel me?
Line,
Come on now.
Ben Johnson.
Like, fuck that.
Emphasizes that. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Have they done it? Oh, go ahead, Spencer. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say for these next, I'll just go 4 at a time. That way we can get right about the slide in a little bit. Yeah, all good.
Oh, Portugal's up 5-0.
Yeah, and I'm seeing the goal right now. My bad, Spence.
Woo, the McAfee.
Then that's over with. Then 5-0. Turn that one off on to the next one. So all right, so 29-32 here. We got DJ Moore at 29, bounce back candidate headed to Buffalo. He should bounce back to being at least a WR3, maybe even a WR2 since he's Josh Allen's number one option. But
he's one of my tier jumpers for sure.
They run it like crazy over there, but still, I think he's locked to finish top 36. And we got Parker Washington at 30. I think he's a breakout candidate. He really turned it on down the stretch last year, and I'm thinking that's no fluke. I got him over BTJ and Jacoby
I was just about to say that. No BTJ?
Or even Myers as well.
Jacoby Myers, Maloney has a first name?
Right, I think they're both solid, but I got Parker Washington, bro. I think
he's
the guy to have over there. Him and he was the one that had the best connection with T-Law. I mean, Brian Thomas is yet to really get on the same page with T-Law, and it seemed like Myers down the stretch last year kind of fizzled. So I think Parker Washington's the dude over there. I don't think that was just a fluke. I think that
and Parker Washington's also supposed to have a bigger role pause this year also.
Yeah, and this is his 4th year. He was like a 4th or 5th round wide receiver. He looking to get paid this year.
He has 100%.
Yep, and then another breakout candidate similar to that is a Michael Wilson, bro. I got Michael Wilson at 31. You know, they're saying he's going to play the Puka role there, and I don't...
Stay with me, Guru.
See what having fantasy this year. So, got him there at 31, and then Cortland Sutton, I got at 32. He's just a safe, steady floor play, locked for a foul. I know Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, 8 touchdowns. Now. He's like a lock for like 6 to 8 in the thou well.
Exactly. Yeah, so from a consistency standpoint, got to give him his respect. Got him there at 32.
Nice.
Oh. Yeah, that's go ahead, Boog.
No, I was just gonna say. I just wanted to chime in on the Michael Wilson thing. You had mentioned it already about them. Mike LaFleur talking about utilizing him in that Puka role. Like that is just like I hate when someone says a blurb like that, and this is a guy who just had Puka, because now I'm like, I gotta have Michael Wilson. You know what I mean?
Right. I know, right? Yeah, because you're thinking,
give
what
me
if?
cheap
What
Puka.
if? Yeah, I mean,
And we saw
78.
him be
78
like
receptions,
Puka-esque
1,000.
last year.
He had a foul wow last year. It's 1,000 on 78 catches and 7 tugs. So yeah, I think he's here to stay. I mean, he had
cheap Puka.
he had freaking from week 10 on, man, he was going crazy. He had double-digit targets in over half those games. He was pacing for a Puka-esque season.
Come on.
If you take him from week 10 on 109 per 17, it was 119 receptions for 1,649 yards and 12.8 tugs, basically 13 tugs. He was doing it all. He was going crazy there down the stretch. Granted, a lot of those games were with no Marv, but those numbers were something special.
Marv was there.
Well, he was injured for a lot of that stretch.
Yeah. Oh,
even though he was playing, Marv wasn't Marv. Like Marv got hurt, and he was basically as a corpse out there. I mean, he Marv down the stretch last year.
It was the McBride Michael Wilson show.
No, exactly. Marv was a decoy down the stretch last year. A few games he did nothing. So yeah, I got him there at actually we'll just get on to 33 or Marv. I actually have Marv coming in at 33, followed by Roma Dunze at 34.
All right.
We could get both of them very cheap this year, I think.
Yeah.
And I mean they were first round picks just a couple of years ago. I mean, it's crazy to think how far their stocks have kind of fallen, but it's like they're still there though. They're not dead. Like,
and they're part of fantasy friendly offenses.
Exactly. They're far from dead. So if they fall in drafts, like I would not be shy about taking them as my WR3. If anything, they could end up being hella values.
Fact.
So and then at 35 we got DK. That was it was tough to decide between him and Michael Pittman, but that DK, man, he gets his numbers year after year. So I had to put some respect on the OG.
And he got a rapport with Rodgers.
Oh, exactly. I mean, Pittman still got to build that up. So I got DK there at 35.
We know how Rodgers gets.
Yeah.
Once he drop that ball, he's like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, once he likes a target, that's how it's like if it was any veteran QB. Once they get a favorite target, they tend to stick with it. So I don't see DK going anywhere. And then at 36, got another rook, man. Shout out to Jordan Tyson.
Let's go. He made it.
Rounding up. He made it rounding up the top 36. Jordan Tyson. I think he's gonna have a big role this year with in Kellen Moore's system. And I know he's had his share of health concerns, but they were confident enough. That's what I'm saying. If the Saints are confident enough to take him at 8th overall, I'm confident enough to invest in him as a flex play in fantasy. That's how I feel about that.
What's his current ADP?
I think he's going. I think he's getting grabbed falls around like the 6th, 7th round range.
I love that.
Yeah, I think it's fair. Like I think I got him in the mock the other day. Around there, I think like the 6-7 turn.
6-7.
Yep. Oh gosh, but yeah, I think.
Say that shit.
Yeah, they still be on that shit. Yeah, they're never gonna die.
All right, because you can't even count to 10 without it coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, facts. They're gonna just Cox saying about JJ McCarthy. Needs to go to the Niners next year so he can become a starter again. Yeah, Sammy Darnold did that. Mac Jones is on that trajectory. Yeah, that's where a quarterback, like a former first rounder, humbles themselves, learns under Kyle Shanahan, and then goes on to be a starter.
I feel like Kyle Shanahan is like part of the Jedi Council, and he retrains these former Jedis, and then he lets them, and then they go on and flourish, and then he's gonna get so angry one day he's gonna turn fully to the dark side.
If he doesn't get that Super Bowl, he probably will.
Yeah, I need that fully dark side Channy. Give it to me. Pause.
Yeah, maybe that's when he'll finally get one, when he fully turns there.
Yes.
That's when he'll
I
finally
feel your
get
pain.
it.
Share it with me.
All right, so then I'll do the, let's see, first 6 out, that the ones that just missed the cut here was Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman, Ricky Pearsall, Brian Thomas, Jordan Addison, and QJ Quentin Johnston.
Interesting. I like that little group right there too, because those all seem like WR4s I would want on a heavy receiver team.
Facts. And then, yeah, I hate to even, I got to throw these in too, because I feel like they're all about to say that. And you got after them Wandale, Romeo Dobbs, Chris Godwin, Jacoby Baloney Myers, Malik
All
Washington,
the PPR goodness.
and Mekhi Lemon. Got to throw
and
them in there because of potential target volume.
Yeah.
Same with Malik Washington. I know the offense
by sheer absence
could be
targets,
WR1. Yeah.
That whole list right there.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's going to put a bow on the early wide receiver rankings. Seem like we, I'm glad to share them with the crew here, and appreciate all the feedback from everyone in the chat and on the panel. We'll cap up the early ranking series next week with quarterbacks and tight ends.
Pause.
We'll do it Friday.